Hi guys,
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel and welcome to our new to us camper van. Do you want to say anything about the camper van first?
No, I just say it's like a new thing to us, wasn't it? With motorhome caravan, and we've decided to go for the camper van to get the easiness of getting places.
Absolutely.
A lot of places we can reach that we didn't want to take the caravan or the motorhome. So we got a sort of semi-converted one which we can add to, can't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a part converted. It's a Ford Transit Custom. We sat at the minute on the seats, which then make into the bed, as most of you'll be aware. It's a rock and roll bed. This is actually a three-seater seat, so there's three seat belts on here, so we control 3 people at the back and 2 at the front, so we can carry 5 people or 4 people and Abby normally, isn't it? Because we can't leave Abby out. Abby's been a little bit scared of it at the minute, but we've only had it a week, but she seems to be settling to it. We've been on this campsite now for, this is our 3rd night, so we have no electrics.
Well, I must say the Jackery's been...
We bought a Jackery and a Jackery solar panel, which has been absolutely fantastic, to be fair. Even this morning, it was drawing enough to keep it charged in the absolute pouring rain, wasn't it?
Well, we're running a big fridge. Julie will show you the fridge. Yeah,
I'm going to show you the little bits that we have.
Yeah.
So we have the big fridge. Which is it's called a car freezer. There's a lot of stuff came with this van. So the car freezer came with the van. It's absolutely fantastic. It runs off 240 volt, it runs off 12 volt. So at the minute it's running 12 volt off the Jackery. And it's good because we don't have to keep it in the van. We can take it out, put it in the awning, which is something else that also came with the van. So I've got to say, we're absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
The weather's been atrocious this weekend. The awning's a driveway. We ended up taking the driveway a bit down because it was causing too many problems with the heavy rain and everything else. So the awning is still up. We've just folded the driveway a bit back and got it as a standalone awning. But yeah, the whole thing, we'll show you around. We'll show you what came with the van. But we're absolutely loving it. But for those of you who follow us for the caravan, we still have the caravan. The caravan's not going anywhere, at least for now anyway. We've no intentions of getting rid of the caravan. We still want that. But the camper is to give us quick weekends and take us to places where we won't take the caravan.
They had a meet-up, didn't they? The caravan.
Oh yeah, they did have a meet. The camper and the caravan have actually met today because we've called up at storage to pick up something I wanted from the caravan, a game that we play with our friends who were pitched up next door to us, which was in the caravan. So we've called at storage and picked it up. So I will show you around the van, but please bear in mind it might be a bit mucky because it's been on the wet roads today. So it was nice and clean when we got here. Nipped back home, picked a couple of bits from home, went to the storage, picked up some bits from the caravan and come back. So it's got a little bit mucky. But yeah, so I'll go show you around, show you what's come with it, and tell you what our plans are going to be for the future.
We didn't really want like the fridges and stuff like that, did we? We just wanted it. Storage is more critical than a lot of things.
We've got a lot of storage. When I was packing this to come for the long weekend, I'm absolutely gobsmacked how much we can get in it because it's got so many cupboards and nooks and crannies and shelves and boxes and this and that and other. I'm absolutely amazed how much is in here. We didn't want the camper van that takes up all the space with a little fridge and this and that. We wanted storage space because we want to travel in this. So the car freezer can plug into the 12 volt when we're travelling, and that keeps all the food fresh.
And the Jackery can, because
the Jackery can. We've got 2 12 volts at the front on the cab, so we're not too worried about anything else. I say, having run the Jackery and the solar panel on it this weekend, I know it's not a problem. But our biggest thing we do want to do is put electrics in, isn't it? We do want electrics, and I think for now that might be the only thing we actually put in.
Possibly. We're on about a pop top.
We'll keep talking about a pop top.
So we can stand up.
Yeah,
not really
I can nearly stand up anyway, but I'm a short ass.
Yeah. Umpa lumpa.
That is, the both are a reasonable amount of money to get done. So I think I'd prefer to get the electrics done.
Yeah, if anybody knows
first.
anybody who can do electrics, you know, I mean, as in a company that you can recommend, would be pleased to hear from you.
We've come up with one local one, haven't we, so far? But I want to get a couple of different quotes because, as I say, I don't know how it works when it's already part converted. So they need to be aware that it is part converted and in an empty box.
Yeah,
and
a lot of them do it from scratch, so they put all the wiring behind the panels.
Yeah,
and
but there must be a way of doing it.
But it's all insulated.
We want the electrics, we want a solar on the roof, don't we?
Yeah.
But other than that, that is all at the minute we plan on doing with it, is the electrics, and maybe next year we'll look at the pop top depending on whether we find we need it or not.
Well, it's well usable now, isn't
it?
The bed was good.
Yeah, the bed's good. The bed is actually quite comfortable, to be fair. A lot of people have told me these rock and roll beds are not very comfortable to sleep on, but to be fair, I've slept like a log.
Yeah.
You know, so it's either that or it's all the CA's knocking me out, but
Probably,
I've been quite comfortable, to be fair. I don't know what Abby's doing. I think she's tired. She's just been on the beach.
Well, I'm going to leave you to it so you can show
I am
around, so I'm not in your way.
Yeah, I am going to go around and film a few little bits for you. And I think we'll start at the back of the van and work forward. And then we'll go around the outside. We'll have a look at the awning and the privy tent, which I find is my highlight of funniness this weekend. So yeah, let's go have a look around, shall we? Right, so right at the very back of the van we have our little Be Happy, which we think is really cute, and our first cupboard at the side of the seat. There's a lot in this cupboard normally, especially when we're travelling, but at the minute it's quite empty because most of it's out in the awning. But if I can get in here, it does go a long way back and a long way down. So that's the first part of our storage, and then just behind the seat up above, which is above the bed when the bed's out, we have a shelf up here with a couple of little lights on there. These are all battery operated, as I've said, with no electrics at the minute, and that's quite useful if you've been sat messing about on your social media while you're laid in bed. Just throw your phone on the top when you want to go to sleep. So sort of working backwards, that's the seating area. So there's 3 belted seats there, which is absolutely fantastic if we've got friends with us and we want to go off for a day, because we can get Abby and our friends on there. And I've got to say, the curtains on here, all the doors, all the windows have the same curtains, and they're absolutely lovely, and they're really, really cosy curtains on a night when it's they're all closed up. Then on the other side we have our little worktop unit and another window, and that one comes round the corner a little, and just under here we have another shelf, or another cupboard with shelves in, and that's where we've got our clothes. And then just at the end, where most people would have a fridge, we've got another cupboard. It's got another Be Happy on. Absolutely love them. I just think they're so sweet. At the front there we have the passenger seat, which turns round so you can use that inside the van, and his pilot's seat, as he calls it, his captain's seat. We also have the internal silver screens, which, as you can see, I've just dropped that one down to get a little bit of light into the van, but generally I just leave them up. And this is the night mode, when the bed's all nicely made up, which we normally do about tea time, so when we're ready to go to bed we can just fall in it. So just a quick look around the outside. So obviously this is the front of the van, and as I said, we've left the driveway awning detached from the van, but that's the awning there. Just nice and cosy, to be honest, in there when it's been raining this morning. So it does remind me a little bit of the driveway awning we had for the motorhome, the Camper Fiesta. It is an air awning, and it is called, it's a Camper Travel Pod Motion Air. get a little bit in. So obviously we open the door to go in, and as I say, you've seen the inside, that's all there. Need to do a bit more of that. So we'll go have a look in the back. We do leave things in here, to be fair, so I do tend to shuffle things around a little bit, like we've got an extra chair which we now don't need. So just at the back here we've got like a little box that they've built. I've just put the lid up so you see there's 3 separate compartments in here. We've got the leisure battery and the inverter in that box. Keep our tent pegs etc in that box, and drinks and that in the far end. And I do really like this, which has been put on here and under the inside back seat, which I thought was lovely. And then just going along, we've got 3 little cubby holes in here. Not 100% sure that where things are now is where they're staying, because I really haven't made my mind up yet. We are still debating on whether we've got things in the right place. That's the box shut up again. And then just looking down the far side, so you've got your window from inside the van. The back one is just a fake window, it's not actually a window at all there. So there's the one window above the worktop in the van. We've got some very nice alloys on it as well. And finally, the privy. This has made everybody laugh all weekend. It's caused so many jokes. But this is our privy, because obviously the van's too small to have a loo in. So we have our outside privy. Got to say though guys, the privy is a fully working toilet with flush and everything. Works exactly the same as a cassette toilet in the caravan or motorhome, so it does do the job exactly as we need it to do. I just find having the little tent up at the back of the van is actually quite funny. I just find it really amusing. See if we can catch Andy in the awning. Give us a wave. And just as I was saying, these are the Jackery solar panels. This is a 200 watt solar panel and it's been absolutely fantastic. So this is the Jackery. It's only pulling small wattage at the minute from the solar because the clouds have come over again, but it's pulling more than what we're using, so it works well. It's a Jackery Explorer 1000, and today it's worked a treat, been absolutely fantastic. So this is what I was telling you about. This is the car freezer. It's absolutely huge. I can't move it when it's full. I've got to fill it up, put it in the van and then fill it up, although Andy can. But just it has its display on the front, so you can do your different settings. But inside, it's getting empty because we're getting towards the end of the weekend. But look at that Biscoff cheesecake homemade. That's what's left from last night's supper. And his beers are in there too. But it just holds so much. It's unbelievable. And this again, as I say, came with a van. So we're very, very impressed. So that's what we've bought. Anybody's got any advice they want to give us, we'd be really grateful for any, because we still aren't quite sure what we're doing with it, but we will work our way. It's going to be a bit of trial and error over the next few weeks of going out in it, but I say the camper is for the run outs, for the doing the park ups, the pub stops, the off grids, whatever. It's just brilliant, and we're just really happy with it. So if anybody wants to leave us some advice, please leave us a comment and let us know, see what you can do to help us make the life in the camper just that little bit easier for us. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it for now, and we'll see you on the next vlog. Bye for now.